You know, they say that necessity is the mother of all invention. And so when the recession hit, our next guest, she decided to take matters into her own hands, because when her cupboard was bare and there was really not too much there to feed her family, she decided that she would make some changes. So she came up with some incredible, tasty, delicious dishes that were based on recipes from her native country, Belize, and make them in a very affordable way, working with what she had in her pantry. Now, out of that came a 100-pound weight loss. It came a book talking about that, which is called The Small Change Diet. It also, what transformed out of there was a cookbook sharing the recipes that she used for this dramatic weight loss and the recipes that she used when her cupboard was bare for people like all of us who maybe are trying to make ends meet right now and stretch our dollar. And also what came forth out of this, I call it an opportunity, was her very own YouTube channel called The Bare Pantry Show, featuring 70 videos where our next guest, Miss Barbara, actually shows you how to make these fabulous recipes in her cookbook. So without any further ado, let's bring on our very next special guest, Miss Barbara Greenwich. Hey, hi, Barbara.
Hi, Kelly. So happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you on here as well. Is it true, 100-pound weight loss?
Yes, that's true.
Is it true that when your cupboard was bare, you made fabulous, tasty meals out of what you had in that cupboard?
Absolutely. Sometimes it was just plantains, which is from my native country, and we can make a side dish from it, or we can make a meal, or we can make a dessert.
Just out of, you call it plantains, I call it plantains. Is that the same thing?
It's the same thing.
That's American, and that's
yes,
that's
absolutely.
Belizean. Is it
yes.
Belizean?
Yes, Belizean.
Well, now we've got some of the meals, the recipes that you've created that come out of the cookbook. So we just want to show everybody some of the goodies that we have. But the main focus, what I'd like to talk about, is you can eat food like this and still lose 100 pounds, can't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's all in the order of how you combine the meals.
Okay, the Small Change Diet. Let's talk about what this book is about.
This book is about letting go. You know, a very good friend of mine, I called him when the recession started. He was actually my voice teacher. And he says, "What are you doing, honey?"
Wait, you can sing too?
Yes.
Okay, keep going.
He says, "What are you doing, honey?" And I said, "Trying to lose weight as usual, Ken." And he says, "Honey, don't you know people are always trying to find something that they lose?" And I said, "Yeah." And he says, "Why don't you just let it go?" And I said, "Oh, wow. You know, I need to do something to let go." And so I finally started meditating and praying. And then the Lord just started showing me from the 27 diets that I've tried in 22 years.
How many? 27 diets?
Yes. And, and some of them were eating plans. They weren't diets. They were eating plans. And I've been overweight since I was 10.
Okay.
And so I just kind of pulled the best of everything out of these plans, the things that worked for me, even if I hated it, but it worked. Okay, I used it.
So what is it that makes this, what is it that makes it work? And I know you talked about being overweight as being a curse, and you want to break that curse.
Mm-hmm. And the reason I got that subtitle too, Kelly, my husband, one day I was walking around and I said, "You know what, weight is, being overweight is a curse." And he says, "Yeah, and one you've broken." And I was like, oh, that's my subtitle to that book, because I really feel like it's a curse, at least for me. It's been like a noose around my neck forever. And it's constant, just sticking to the plan.
All right. And on that note, I'm going to let everyone know at home right now how they can get the Small Change Diet, which includes your story, your motivation, yes, some of the recipes, of course, that and the menu plan that you used to lose all this weight. All you have to do at home is go to, okay, you ready? BarePantryShow.com. That's BarePantryShow.com. And the price of the Small Change Diet is $19.99.
Yes, it is.
$19.99. Now, motivation, inspiration, really, this is who you're all about. And I know this is one of the reasons why you created this book. Is there one or two key points that you'd like to talk about that you can just tell everybody at home before we talk about beans, rice, and Jesus Christ?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, the book is more of a motivational book. I did put the eating plan that I do in it because I wanted to share that with the public. But actually, it's about changing your mindset, letting go of the past things, and just going towards that new you, and letting go of fear. Because I realized I had a lot of fear. It's not just about not trying to jump out of a plane. It's just a lot of fear in me that I don't want to try this because that didn't work the last time. I said, this is going to work this time, and I let go. Okay. And I put little things in there too, that neat little things that you won't find in any other so-called diet book, because I don't like to refer to it as a diet book, because it has other things in there too about how to get rid of acid reflux disease, stuff like that.
Okay. That's a whole other topic. Get the book. All right, let's continue along because we've got people sending us emails right now. They want to go, we want to know all about this beautiful food. First of all, it smells so good. It looks so great. and those recipes are found in Beans, Rice, and Jesus Christ. Now, how'd you get the title, first of all?
Well, as the recession hit us in 2007, we have a small printing business that we print plastic bottles. The recession hit, and the customers were just going away, and we didn't have any money. And so I would come home, and the kids would say, "What's for dinner?" And I'd say, "Beans and rice," because that's our staple in Belize. We always have that. You can get that at any food pantry.
Right.
And so then my middle son, he would say, "What's the meat?" And he would look scared because there's no meat again. And I'd say, "Jesus Christ." And then we'd all just bust out laughing, and he goes, "Well, I guess that's going to have to suffice today." And so that's how I got the name.
Oh, let's talk about the food. We have everything from beans and rice. It looks like plantains and chicken and bread pudding and bread and cookies. Where shall we start? Because it all looks so good.
Let's start with this bread. This bread is a sweet bread that we have in Belize, but when I was a child growing up...
Is it this one or this one?
The big one.
Can I try?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
It was really expensive to make. And so we didn't get it too often. It was like at Easter, Christmas, your birthday maybe, special occasions.
Oh, it's
and you can
fabulous.
put dried fruits or raisin in it too, but I didn't put that in it this time because I wanted to put it in these little ones.
Easy to make?
Easy to make. Easy to make. And when you watch the YouTube show, you'll see it too.
And what about, what's this?
These ones are called powder buns, if we want to say it Americanized, but if you want to say it Belizean, it's powder buns.
Powder buns. Powder buns. Okay. I'm going in.
Yes.
I'm going in.
Yes. And these ones, I used to eat these with my grandma on rainy days. They would have chicken soup and powder buns. So every time it rains, my kids want that, even to this day.
Oh, they're fabulous. They're fabulous. Okay. And this is the same one cut
This
in
is
half?
the same one. I just cut it in half. Easy access.
All right. So now, I don't mean to talk with my mouth full. I'm sorry. What's your favorite here amongst everything?
I wanted to show this to you because this is what we ate in Belize every Sunday. Potato salad, stewed chicken, rice and beans, and plantains.
Okay. Look, may I?
Yes.
Okay.
And this potato salad is my mom's secret recipe, and it's made with a special salad cream that comes all the way from England.
Oh, that's tasty.
And so that's the only one that's one of the ingredients that would not be found in your pantry. But everything else, you can find it in your pantry.
All right, I'm gonna. What else? You know,
bread pudding.
You know, it's my favorite dessert. May I? All
yes,
right,
please.
Now, this recipe is in your book as well.
Yes, this one's in the book.
Is this easy to make?
This one's very easy to make.
Does it require a lot of ingredients?
Nope.
Is it expensive to make?
No, not expensive at all. Sweetened condensed milk, evaporated milk, and bread and some eggs.
I'm going in.
Yes.
Wherever I am, I'm going in. This is my all-time favorite dessert. I love bread pudding. Oh, let me put this down or else we'll never get out of here. Oh, so tasty. Everything here. And this is a wonderful thing. Whether your pantry is bare or your pantry is overflowing, when it comes down to beans, rice, and Jesus Christ, the recipes in here are wonderful food, fabulous food, creations that you can make with just a few items, okay? And you can still have delicious menus and meals that'll satisfy the entire family.
Yes.
Yes, and that was the purpose of this cookbook, wasn't
Absolutely.
it? Absolutely. All right. Now, if you want the cookbook, it is $19.99. If you want the small change diet, it is also $19.99.